to Neptuna Tarot. My name is Cassidy, and I'm so grateful you clicked on today. Thank you for being here. So today we are going to be doing end of the year advice. What are some messages just for the last 2 months of 2025? What do we need to hear? What advice do we need to motivate ourselves, to help ourselves heal and get through the last 2 months here? How do we wrap it up, Spirit? So let's go ahead and jump right in. I shuffled 3 options for you today. So pile number 1, you shuffled Larimar, self-healing and relaxation. Okay. And pile number 2, you shuffled black tourmaline, protection and grounding. And finally, my lovely pile number 3, you shuffled fluorite, peace and positivity. Okay, so I'm very excited. I can't wait to see what comes out. There will be a 30-second meditation. Give you some more time with the cards so that you can really decide which option is for you. If you are struggling at all, check out the description box down below. I always shuffle songs for every single pile. I have a ginormous playlist, so it's always a lot of fun to see what craziness comes out, whether it's musicals or just my pop obsession. So yes, I'm very excited to share this reading with you. If you want something more specific to you and your story, or if you're having specific questions that you're wanting to ask, do not hesitate to reach out to me to get a personal reading. I would love to hear from you. All right, I will see you at your pile. Bye. Welcome, pile number 1s. You chose Larimar here with self-healing and relaxation. Okay, so pile 1s. What is the advice for the end of your year? So I'm seeing a really peaceful end of the year, which I'd say is very surprising because, you know, end of year can be very chaotic. We have so many different holidays going on, especially if you're in the US. And I feel like even internationally, there's just so much going on. Like even the celebration of the end of the year, you know, it comes to kind of tie everything together. So it's so strange that I just kind of see you as this very peaceful, relaxed, calm energy. At least that's what the advice is. So maybe that is also, you know, if you're feeling extremely stressed out and trying to make everything happen, running a bunch of errands, doing this and that, going to visit different people, you know, also just being around family, or, you know, seeing people that you might not see on the regular basis, it can be very daunting and stressful. So, you know, I think the advice here is to really take it easy. Go easy on yourself. Make sure that you are spending time to pamper yourself. And when I say pamper yourself, I really mean like being still, laying down. I'm seeing somebody soaking their feet in hot water. I'm seeing somebody just really trying to create relaxation within the body, like peace, relaxation within the body, like not inviting in stressors, allowing yourself to kind of zen out is really what I'm hearing that song. I don't think that's what it's called, but oh, it's called ZTFO, Zen the fuck out. So that's what Spirit's advice here is for the end of the year. So they also are wanting you, as you can see, to read. I feel like there's a few books here that you've been wanting to read. So make sure you are setting apart time, or setting time aside just for you, just to kind of take a deep breath. Like I'm just, you know, I have this 8 of Wands down here, and it really is giving so much quick movement. There's a lot of speed. So it's like, I think that these next 2 months are going to fly by, and I think it's going to really be important to just kind of find moments of sanctuary within. I think you're an incredibly emotional person. We have so many cups coming out. Okay, so we have the Knight of Cups here, and this just tells me that you have a huge heart. We also, whenever I was shuffling, too many cards came out, but I did take note of it. We had the Queen of Cups. So I was really glad that this Knight of Cups came out, because I think it was just emphasizing the fact that you are very sensitive and emotional, and that's okay. I think a lot of people are, especially people that act like they're not, right? They're probably the most sensitive. But going back to your energy here, it's just really about taking emotional care, you know, really checking in with yourself, not stressing yourself out, asking yourself, how are we feeling? You know, am I getting to this point where I'm very stressed and I'm running around with a chicken's head cut off? I don't even know why that's a saying. That just hit me of like, why do we say that as a society? Okay, but anyways, and that too, I feel like, let yourself kind of zone out. Let yourself just kind of not feel any pressure or responsibilities for, like, I'm hearing 20 minutes, you know. If you can take 20 minutes out of your day just to kind of set apart for you, I'm hearing 30, you know, it's like expanding, especially like if you're wanting to read, if you're wanting to, I don't even know, meditate with crystals here. We have connect with crystals. And I find it interesting because I was drawn to use the Crystal Girl deck. Sorry guys, I don't know the name of the deck, but you know, these are the crystal girlies that I have. And so I think it's like a call to really check in with yourself, like sit, like I'm seeing the scene from Saved, the movie Saved. I just watched that the other day. It's one of my favorite movies. And, you know, the main character, Mary, she's ends up getting pregnant in the movie, and like she's just like really struggling with her religion. She's struggling with her spirituality, and so it's like she's trying like different kinds of things. And there's just this scene where she's like laying there and she's got her belly, you know, and she's just got crystals all around her, and like she's just trying things out. So it's like, even if it might feel a little silly, I just feel like in the chaos of life, it's those little moments that really help us get by. I'm also seeing, you know, as we're talking about connecting, going within, meditation, relaxation, just checking in with ourselves. You know, I'm being drawn to the bottom of the deck energies, and we have connect with your ancestors. And I find it interesting because bottom of the deck, we also had the circle of life. And I don't know why, it's just like these two things connect for me, where it feels like a family tree, circle of life. I don't know, there's something there. Let's go ahead and read this. Yeah, I'm being drawn to read this. Okay, so it says, all the relationships in my life should bring me peace, happiness, and growth. It is worth analyzing which relationships in my life are not serving me as I serve them. Just like Earth's trees and creatures, my relationships must give and take equally. And I find that very interesting because we have a literal tree in this imagery. And it mentions, just like Earth's trees and creatures, my relationships must give and take equally. Okay? And I'm hearing communication very heavily, where, you know, trees communicate with each other. There's communication going on. I don't know if you know, everybody knows that, but yeah, trees actually communicate with one another. And I feel like there's something about, I feel like there's certain relationships in your life that are going to test you for the last 2 months, where it's like, I think there's part of you really questioning, like, should I bring these connections with me to the new year? Like, you know, get that fresh start. We also just had the Witch's New Year. So, you know, it's like a time of cleansing. It's a time of reevaluation. It's a time of really, I just see somebody sitting with themselves. Like, I'm even seeing like keeping your pets kind of away. You know, it's like if you have pets that like kind of coddle you or get on you or whatever, it's like, you know, close yourself off. Go to a room by yourself where you will not be disturbed. And I know that might be hard for some people to do, especially when you have kids or, you know, just busy schedules, responsibilities. But really do your best with this last 2 months to spend at least like 20-30 minutes just reading, meditating, connecting with yourself, going within, you know, setting that time aside just for you. Okay? I feel like, I don't know, I'm also getting like spirit just wants you to be very present, because I feel like I'm hearing presents. Like, I feel like I'm hearing gifts. I do get a sense that some of you guys might be receiving certain gifts or things. And, you know, it's nice to be present for those things, emotionally checked in, where it's like we're not so drained and stressed that we can't even enjoy those moments, those good moments, because I'm seeing really wonderful moments coming in for you. I feel I'm really getting holiday time, like kind of once everything's said and done, it's like, okay, all the shopping is done for Christmas, Thanksgiving dinner is planned out, or we already finished that, we already went shopping for that, we did this, and we invited so and so. It's like, okay, everything's checked off, and I just see really getting to sit and enjoy those moments. And I'm just getting family, friends, people that you love close to you. And yeah, because we have the 9 of Cups. So it just, to me, it's giving like fulfillment, a wish fulfillment. Like this is something that you are craving. This is something that you're wishing for. This is something that you've been envisioning is what I'm getting. And it might even be in those moments that you're going to spend alone, that you're going to set aside for yourself here, where you connect with, what do I want this holiday to be? What do I want this get together to be? You know, how do I want to feel like? And I think you're going to be kind of manifesting that in a way through meditation or relaxation. It's like, okay, I really want this to be fun and heartful. Like I really just get like a heart chakra is really going to be active during this time. I keep getting communication too, because now that I'm talking about chakras, there's so much blue. There is so much blue here. So it's just giving me throat chakra. I think you're going to be communicating with a lot of people. And I think if that's not something you typically do, that might stress you out. But I'm just seeing like a lot of love and like healthy communication here, because I think while you are connecting with people, I think you're going to really be reevaluating as well. Like there's that energy of setting a standard of like, this is what my relationships should be doing in my life. Is like, they should be bringing me peace, happiness, growth. It's worth analyzing, right? And I think that there are going to be moments where you're going to have to kind of set boundaries, and especially with loved ones, that can be so difficult, especially if another person, or if you or the other person are not used to having healthy boundaries. You know, it can be really scary. It can be intimidating, and you might not even understand why it's good for you in the long run. But I just see you having like such a nice, peaceful time. There's so much love surrounding you. There's a lot of communication. Like I said, I'm seeing somebody picking up the phone. So there's a lot of like calls being made. But I think that from taking this time alone, by kind of setting boundaries, like this is my boundary of I need 20-30 minutes a day to myself. And like bottom line, no doubt about it, I need this time to recharge. I need this time to just kind of sit with myself. Like that's already you teaching yourself how to kind of set those boundaries, like with you and your time. And I think because you are learning how to protect your peace, learning how to look at boundaries in a positive light, I think it's going to be a lot easier. I don't know, like I'm getting this holiday season, or like this last 2 months, boundaries are going to feel a lot easier. It's just going to be like, look, I don't need this. No, no is a complete sentence. It's like, I just see you saying no. I just see you being like, this isn't for me. It's like, okay, my aunt and uncle just started full out yelling at each other in the kitchen and everybody's uncomfortable. No, we're not having this. Get out. Like, I don't care if it's family. I don't care. You know what I mean? It's like, take care of your shit somewhere else. It's like, I just think that it's gonna be really easy because you're already gonna be in that energy of I'm protecting my peace, I am relaxed, I'm taking time for me, like I'm not letting all of this shit get to me. I'm not letting the overstep boundaries get to me. I'm not letting the stress of the movement. It really just feels like it's just so quick. Everything's happening so fast. Movement, you know what I mean? So I totally feel you. I feel you 100% on just having boundaries, and like just the holiday time, it's one of those things. I felt like that's why I was so called to this reading, because it's like, this is such a stressful time, and I just see you completely like blocking out the bullshit. I'm so proud of you. I really hope it goes well. I know it's scary and difficult, but let's go ahead and read this card too and see what kind of advice Spirit has. Healthy boundaries keep my energy safe and allow me to live as my truest self. I deserve people in my life who love me and care about my limits and comforts. So those who respect my boundaries will receive my time. Exactly. Like, I just feel like it's going to become really clear to you who respects your boundaries and who doesn't. Because of how it feels, because you're checking in with yourself, and you're going to be like, that felt awful. That felt like something I don't want to be a part of. You know what I mean? So I love it. It's just like you have a shield. I love this imagery because it's like you have a shield here, and it almost looks like the book is protecting you. I love that the eyes are closed. It's like, I'm not paying attention to whatever bullshit you're trying to sweep me into. You know, it's not for me. I think like you're gonna be really thankful for yourself. I know that's like kind of cheesy, but like, I think you're gonna look back and be like, damn, I'm so glad that I did that for myself, because I don't know, there's something about like, I'm not gonna get through this season without some real self-care. I'm also seeing fun, okay? Like, let's have some fun. Like, it doesn't have to all be like Zen all the time. It's just kind of like in that 30 minutes, like, let's have some peace. Let's have some Zen. Let's have a moment to check in with me. How am I doing? What do I need? You know? And then on the other moments when, you know, family's all here and we've had a couple of, you know, shots of eggnog or whatever people do. I don't drink eggnog, sorry, so I don't know how it works. But you know what I mean? Like, the holiday wine is kicking in, and it's like the music's playing, and we're just like vibing. And so I see that there's going to be moments where you're really going to have a lot of fun. There's going to be just joy. I'm just seeing joy and happiness. Like, and I would tell you otherwise if I wasn't seeing that. Like, I would tell you, oh, watch out for this. I think the worst thing is just going to be kind of like setting boundaries and saying no. And I'm also hearing, especially if your plate is full. If your plate is full, do not say yes. Don't say yes to any other request, okay? Take on what you can take on. Take on what feels good, okay? Do not allow people to dump on you or, you know, make you take care of everything. Like, it's not your job. Check in with yourself. How can I ask for help as well? Some of you might need to just like delegate and kind of spread out the responsibilities if you feel like everything's falling onto you. It's like, there's other hands here, there's other people. I'm seeing groups of people. I'm seeing this isolation here of like those moments when you're gonna have alone, but then it's just like the rest of the time there's gonna be a lot of movement and excitement. With this Queen of Pentacles, this is interesting because I'm hearing dark horse. Like, it's giving me Elphaba vibes, but it's like, it's also giving me like, you're the cool aunt or uncle, or like, you know, you're just like that cool family member that like makes these holidays special. Like, I don't know, some of you really love your traditions. You really love this time of year because it brings everybody together. Like, I think you really love it because maybe some of you, it could even be that your love language is gift giving. Some of you really love to give to your family, or it might not even be the gift giving exactly. It could be acts of service where it's like you love to cook and bake and like invite people over and like host, maybe like it's like this is my acts of service, is hosting and having you guys all here, feeding you. But I just kind of see like you're giving like stable, like stability. And for some of you, like I said, we talked about the sensitivity. So it's like, I feel like this combination here of this Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, even that Queen of Cups we had earlier, right? Where you have such a huge heart and you're a little sensitive. It's like you have to learn how to check in with yourself. You have to learn how to make sure you are good emotionally, because I think when you're good emotionally, you show up physically. Like you're very present as this Queen of Pentacles. You're very present, you're stable, you're generous. And that's why it's almost like it goes hand in hand. It's like, if I'm not emotionally in a good space, this is not going to be fun. I'm not going to be able to follow my traditions or spend time with loved ones or do this or that. I'm not going to be able to do those things because, because my heart won't be in it, because I'm going to be stressed and overwhelmed, and like my boundaries have been crossed, and I'm going to be upset about that. It's like, if you don't take care of your emotional well-being in these last 2 months, I feel like it's truly dependent on the outcome. Like this really looks like it could be incredible. And I think you're going to, even if you do kind of stress yourself out a bit, or, maybe say yes when you meant to say no a few times, like even if you do slip up and struggle here and there, I think there's going to be really wonderful, special moments for you. Like I'm just seeing wish fulfillment and dancing and, I love it. And we also have that connect with your ancestors. So it just feels like a lot of you are going to have really good moments with your family, and maybe even moments where you are reminiscing about ancestors or maybe people who have passed. And like I said, we just had the Witch's New Year, the veil was thinnest, and so I'm sure some of y'all felt that. We feel that connection with our ancestors. So it's like, I think it's going to carry into the last 2 months. All right, what else do we have? Okay, we went through the tarot. I think the last card that we have is this unexpected growth. We also have the bottom of the deck. Okay, 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups. Okay, you're gonna be made a lot of offers. Like I'm telling you, you are going to have a lot on your plate. Like it's gonna be a lot of fast movement. There's gonna be a lot going on, errands, inviting people, talking to people on the phone, this and that. And I'm just strongly with the 7 of Cups energy. To me, I always think of the 7 deadly sins. And it's like, yes, I have all these options in front of me, but are these options really good for me? So I just think, once again, this is a reiteration of basically what we've been talking about in this reading, of boundaries and deciding, is this for me? I have 7 cups in front of me, and it's like, it looks really good. It looks really enticing. I just kind of want to say, yes, let's take all cups. I want all of the cups. But then you look in these cups and it's the 7 deadly sins. You know what I mean? Like, was this really a good deal? Is this really for me? Like it's just being really conscious of your decisions and what you are allowing to happen around you in a season like this. So just strong boundaries. What is for me? What is for me? What is really mine? Because I'm just getting these examples of like annoying family members, where it's like, that doesn't belong to me. Like, I'm sorry, Granny, but it's time to take your like homophobia elsewhere. Like, that's not for me. That's not mine. I don't have to deal with this. So even if it's Granny, like that's a really tough one, but it's like, what are you willing to allow? We have unexpected growth. I will remember perfection is impossible. Mistakes are inevitable and do not cause evil in my life. quote unquote failures are how I learn, grow, and manifest my best self. I will embrace my perceived missteps with open arms and welcome the experience into my life. I love that we saved this for last here, because absolutely, and it's so interesting that I mentioned that, where it's like, you are probably gonna say yes a few times when it's like, you know, your mom calls you and she's like, are you gonna get my favorite pie? And it's like, you already have like 3 other pies and you're just like, I can't say no, you know. It's like, you might slip up, and it's like, you might, where it's like, okay, I'm already running low on funds, but it's like, this is her favorite pie. Like, I should, like, you know, maybe you don't have to blame yourself, but my thought process would be, I should have already got it. Why didn't I get mom's favorite pie? But it's like, you know, you're gonna have moments where it's like, it's okay to slip up. It's okay if there's like, you know, a day through these 2 months, right? 2 months, 60 days where you don't meditate every single day, or like you don't spend that 30 minutes alone. Like, some of you are going to have super incredibly busy days that you're just not going to be able to do that for yourself. And it's going to be the best thing to do is to just get some sleep, you know, shower, eat, go to sleep. And it doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong or like you're failing yourself, you know. It's like, it's part of the process. Perfection is impossible, especially when you're gonna have so many moving parts, so much movement. Yeah, but are you guys like the rich auntie though? Like, some of you guys, like, I'm sorry, this Queen of Pentacles is like so cool, because it's like, I just feel like you have your shit together. You have money to spend on others, you know, or at least you're really good at budgeting, you know, something like that. You're good at knowing how to spend it. But yeah, I'm just really proud of you. I feel like you're in a really good spot. Like, you're gonna have a great holiday season, I will say. It's just, enjoy it. Be present. Don't stress yourself out. Don't wear yourself thin, okay? I think it's going to be easy to do that with so much going on, but like I said, what are you going to allow? Step up those boundaries and let yourself be imperfect. That's what I have for you, my loves. This was a lot of fun. I really hope that you have a fantastic rest of your year and so many blessings come your way. I hope that you say no when you mean no, and you say yes when you mean yes. And I'll do the best to do the same, right? Slow down. Just slow down a bit, okay? Slow down. Do I really need to make all those calls in one day? Can I spread it out a bit? Can I maybe just send a message, a text instead? Like, just check in with yourself. What are you okay with? What feels good to you? All right? I love you so much. Thank you for being here. If you resonated, enjoyed this reading, give me a like, comment down below. I would love to hear from my beautiful pile 1, my Larimars. Till next time, I'm sending you love, light, protection, blessings. Bye. Okay. Oh, okay, awesome. Perfect. Love to see it. Welcome, pile number 2. You chose black tourmaline, protection and grounding. Interesting. Yeah, I'm hearing offensive. Offensive, defensive. Offensive, defensive. Interesting. Yeah, you might have people trying to stir you up. So last 2 months, what's the advice? What's the advice for the next 2 months? Stand your ground. Stand your ground. I think you're very protected. I think that you are not really somebody to mess with. I really feel like there's people that could be really intimidated by you, and I don't know why, for some reason, these people want to like make jabs at you or want to kind of stir your energy up. They want to get a rise out of you. So just be very cautious about the people that you're spending time with, or the people that you're inviting. Maybe like it can be difficult. We all have, those stressful relationships with certain family members, so if you are feeling overwhelmed, just remind yourself that you're protected. Remind yourself you're protected, because I think that when you want to, you will stand your ground. You will defend yourself. You will play both offensive and defensive, whichever one is necessary. So I think it's just like your inner child. There's something here where it's like your inner child is a little bit nervous. I think your inner child might get triggered at times, especially, like I said, when we are meeting with family, or we are pushed or jabbed at, like poked. I'm kind of getting like poking energy, where it's like people poking fun at you, or, and it's like, okay, grandma, like it's not really nice to poke fun at people's gender, right? It's like maybe your grandma is transphobic, or, some kind of phobic, right? One of those phobics. And it's like, okay, it's interesting because pile 1 had similar energy. I don't feel like it's all the same, but I think you're a bit more fiery than pile 1. Like pile 1 was coming in as extremely sensitive. I think that your inner child is very sensitive, but I think that a lot of you here that chose this pile, you've already developed a lot of protection. You've already developed a lot of strength. And I think it's like Spirit is wanting to remind you of how strong you are, how protected you are. And it's like, I think it's just kind of like that nervousness of the inner child, where it's like you kind of need to comfort her or him or them. You need to comfort that child that's kind of getting nervous or anxious or upset, or really wants to like maybe scream back at a person that triggers them. It's like it's like that child is just a little anxious. Like I really am getting an anxious energy. And it's interesting because I've been learning about, like, in therapy, about like having kind of like family dynamics within the mind, right? So it's like you connect with that inner child, but there's also like other versions of you. So it's like, I think that your inner parent, you have this inner parent that you have developed, and you've protected that inner child for a long time. And so it's like a reminder that you have this protector within as well. You have a very fierce, dominant way of getting your point across and setting boundaries. Like I think you've already developed your boundaries, whereas pile 1 kind of needed to focus on that and focus on like, what do you allow? I think you've already decided this, like, what's okay with you, what's not okay with you. You've worked on boundaries, you've worked on protecting yourself, and I just think you need a little reminder, you know? You like what's the advice is to remind yourself of your power, remind yourself that you're protected, and that yes, somebody might make a negative comment or a jab, and you will have every right to move away from that person. That's your boundary of like, I don't want to deal with you ever again, or I don't, unless you apologize and we have a conversation, possibly. But there's something about like maybe even going over worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is I have to cut off grandma for being racist or transphobic. You know what I mean? Like worst case scenario, I have to set some boundaries. Worst case scenario, the kitchen catches on fire and we have to call. No, you know what I mean? That's catastrophizing. So we're not doing that. But it's like really grounding yourself in the reality of, I'm sorry, I'm hearing Sweeney Todd. Nothing's gonna harm you. Not while I'm around. Nothing's gonna harm you, darling. Not while I'm around. Damn it. Okay, I'm not gonna do the whole thing. But yeah, like it's like your inner parent is kind of coming through to try to remind you, like, nothing's gonna harm you. I'm here. I got you. I got you. Okay, like there's something about just consoling, comforting the inner child. Like that's the advice, is like just comfort them, remind them. There's something about words of affirmation. You are protected. You are safe. You are able to defend yourself. You know what I mean? It's like, remind yourself that you're not helpless. Remind yourself that you're not this, like, maybe some of you, there's a lot of trauma, or, there's things involved that is really making your inner child shake or anxious. And it's just soothing. Like I'm hearing soothing. The advice is to soothe the self. For some of you, singing is a way that you self-soothe. Listening to music, maybe even watching other people sing, going to concerts or watching videos on YouTube. There's something here about music, singing, that is very soothing. It's very healing to the soul. And so it's like, maybe make yourself a playlist. Make yourself a playlist that you can play to protect your energy. One of my favorite songs, it's kind of like a mantra more so, or like, but yeah, you can go listen to it and see if it's your thing or not, but it's the Trigger Protection Mantra by Janae Aiko. I love listening to that. I do. You are protected. Like she's just singing affirmations. She's literally just singing affirmations. So it's like, that can be really powerful when your inner child is stirred up here. I think your inner child's gonna have a little, I just heard a kick to the face. That was really visual. Okay, like what the hell? Like some of you guys, it's gonna hurt. It's just like, there's no way around it, but it's more so about how you handle it, how you regulate, how you heal and soothe yourself. Like, are you going to also give your power away and allow these people, these negative influences, to have that power and control over you? Or are you going to step up and say when enough is enough, or stand up for yourself, believe that you're protected here? Okay, so that's interesting. Yeah, Temperance. It's going to test your patience. It's going to, this last 2 months are going to test a lot of patience, your ability to remain calm and regulated, your ability to make also like healthy choices, like level-headed choices here. It's going to be tested. Are you going to be tempted to give in to your triggers, or maybe even give into negative coping mechanisms. Like for some of you, you could self-soothe, like I should say you negatively cope, or what, sorry, I'm messing this up. You could be using unhealthy coping mechanisms such as, alcohol, drugs. I just heard, I keep getting sleeping, like oversleeping. And I just feel like it's creating imbalance. It's creating dysregulation because your feelings are not actually being handled or healed. They're just kind of being stuffed down and numbed or misplaced. It's like you're just kind of saving it for later. You're almost prolonging this pain as well by not, taking it head on. So it's really important to find your center here. Some of you, I feel like you deal with some anger. It could even be anger about childhood or what your inner child went through. And with this build strength, Queen of Wands combination, I saw 1111 here. Like a bit of a temper, like you can really flare up. And that might even be why these negative people are wanting to poke at you, because they know that you have a temper. They know that you might react. And so it's like so important to protect your energy right now. Come back to center. Work on healthy coping mechanisms. Like, let me count down from 10. 10, 9, taking those deep breaths. Once you get to 1, you might have a clearer head. Like, I feel like there's going to be a lot of moments that are going to push you these last 2 months. They're just going to want to trigger you and upset you. And it's really unfortunate, because I'm like, what the heck? Like, I think you're dealing with some toxic family or friends here in your circle. And I don't know if you just like don't see it, you're not really aware of it, or I don't know if maybe you're aware of it and it's like, that if you don't invite so and so, this other person might not come, or I don't know, there's something going on where it's like it might relate to protecting your relationships with other people. It's like, I know that if I have an issue with dad, then my siblings aren't gonna, like, my siblings that have good relationships with my dad might not want to show up, or or there might be drama there. So it's like there's just some bad eggs. There's some bad eggs, bad seeds in the group, and I'm sorry you have to deal with this. It's fucking annoying. I'll be straight up, and like that, maybe that's the temper coming out. It's like, I think there's gonna be a need. The advice is to like physically express yourself in a healthy coping way, in a mechanism. I'm mixing up my words even in pile 1 today. I'm struggling a bit with my words. I'm sorry guys, but it's like I feel like I'm not saying complete sentences. I'm jumping around, but the messages, they're just flying out today. So it's so important, I think, to like physically like go to the gym, maybe hit some punching bags. I'm seeing somebody scream into a pillow as well. What's other good ways to get your anger out? Maybe you could even buy a bunch of pool noodles, right? And like all your family members just beat the living, out of each other with these pool noodles. Like, that might be really healing. I don't know. That might not be for everybody, but that would be really funny, right? It's like at Christmas, we're all just like, sorry, that's such an interesting visual. But there's something here about like making really good decisions for yourself, choosing healthy coping mechanisms over the toxic ones. Like, I really feel like you're going to be so tempted to just like scream and like numb yourself, like drink or, you know, smoke or whatever you do to cope. It's like you're going to be so tempted to just like choose these unhealthy coping mechanisms this last 2 months. But I think the power really comes from you choosing what's best for you. Like, that's going to empower you, and it's going to remind you that you're protected. It's going to remind you that you have the choice to make your life better. You have the choice here to either get dragged down to these people's level or to rise above it. And for a lot of you here, I think you're a bad bitch. Okay, like, let me just be blunt. You guys are attractive. Like, I think that there could even be jealousy that's going on, you know, in these family dynamics or friends dynamics, where it's like people are jealous maybe of what you possess. Some of you might have talent, you might have beauty, you might even have strength and boundaries. And so it's like these people look at you probably in an idealistic way, and it helps them treat you badly because they don't look at you as human. They're not looking at you as deserving as well. It's like they think they're just, it's jealousy. They want what you have. So it's first they have to justify their bad behavior, their mistreatment of you. They have to justify it by kind of making you like a hollow shell, or making you into a bad person, you know, getting your temper to flare up so they can be like, look, I told you they don't deserve it. I told you that they ain't shit. Like, don't give these people what they want. That's really the message. The advice is don't give these arseholes the upper hand. I am kind of seeing like putting on a show. Like, some of you like are like need to kind of like, the advice is to just put on a little show. Like, some of these people you don't see on a regular basis. So it's going to be really easy to just like put on that show. Don't give them any bad thing to talk about, you know? And I think that's going to upset them even more. But yeah, there's something here about your beauty and strength, and I just see somebody who draws a lot of attention, and that's also where I think you've already been tested so much in your life on having to like defend yourself, protect yourself, because the world has been a little bit cold to you. I don't know. People have been cold to you. They want what you have. There's something here about also being still, and I'm seeing like no phone. Okay, like get off your phone, get off your devices, the iPad, the laptop, whatever. Turn the TV off, power down. There's something here about, yeah, like I'm just kind of reconnecting with your power, reconnecting with that inner wisdom and strength, you know, reminders. Like, there's something here about reminders. Remind yourself how powerful you are, how much of a bad bee you are, how much patience that you have, and that you are capable of making really great decisions for yourself. You're able to, it's almost like overcoming the monkey brain. You know, it's like we all have that monkey brain that's just like, pick your nose, do drugs, you know, like we all have that monkey brain that's just like, you know, a little dumb, a little impulsive. And it's like, I think you're rising above that. It's like, I'm getting like ascension a little bit here, where it's like, I am more than my monkey brain. You know, I can make conscious decisions. I don't have to just react. It's like I'm kind of seeing gorillas now, and it's like I'm seeing somebody like beating on their chest and like trying to rile up another gorilla. It's like they're coming at you and they're just like getting really aggressive, and it's like, of course a monkey would react aggressively right back, but it's like you don't have to do that. Like that's what these people want you to do, is like to kind of have a monkey brain just like them. And so I think you're just kind of showing like that we are evolved. We have so much power and so much wisdom within our minds. We're apex predators. We literally are above this. And so I just see you kind of setting a standard for yourself and those around you. All right, let's get some more. I want to see what's going on. We have so many hidden cards. I think that there's going to be definitely some surprises, okay? So some unexpected things that happen, that pop up, and you're going to be like I'm hearing a gasp, so we have Mother Nature. So somebody could be getting pregnant. I don't know if it's you or somebody around you. Definitely getting like a surprise pregnancy. That would be crazy, right? So it says, the earth is my provider and I receive life from her. I use her water and food to nourish my body and brain. Nature leads me towards acceptance and peace. This just feels like, once again, emphasizing that you can make these conscious decisions that nourish yourself. You know, I learn from the world around me. I see the world around me, and like I just brought up the monkey thing, you know, it's like I see the way there's so many lessons within nature that I can take from. Sorry, I'm just sitting with this because I feel like there's something here as well about feeling a little bit like you don't have enough, which I definitely understand with the holiday seasons, of like wishing that you had more to provide, more to give to, you know, family, friends, just wishing that you had more. And it's like, absolutely, we live in a capitalistic system that's supposed to make us feel that way, like we don't have what we need. And I think for some of you have a lot of resources available to you. Like you have enough food, you have enough water, you have maybe shelter, right? It's like I just kind of get the advice as well. Like, it's interesting that I had such a strong message of like, get off your phone, get off your devices, because I almost feel like Spirit's like trying to kind of bring you back to your roots of like connecting with nature and like taking from the earth, being more connected with the earth. Like some of you might have been a bit disconnected here. Like I'm almost seeing somebody laying out in the middle of the day in the grass and just like soaking in the sun, soaking in the fresh air, and like reconnecting. Like I think that's gonna really help release anger as well. That wouldn't be something that I would think about for a way to release anger, but I feel like just breathing and like sitting in nature is like going to be very healing for you. But it's also this message of like abundance is a feeling, reminding yourself I have what I need. Because there's almost something here, that's tying into like finances, tying into just feeling like you don't have enough. Like other people have more. But that's coming from like a scarcity mindset, is coming from a place of lack. And so it's like reminding yourself of what you do have. Like we were just talking about how people are jealous of you because of what you have. So it's like if you're feeling a little bit fruitless, maybe look through the eyes of these people a little bit, not the negativity part, but it's like, look through their eyes. It's like, I know that there's people that would be absolutely grateful to be in my position. I know that there's people that, if they had the resources that I had, might utilize them more productively, or, it's like they might actually be aware of what they have. Like, I'm just hearing going back to basics, like stripping away the technology, going back in time, going back to basics. What's already been done? What's the process been in the past? Some of you might want to start baking and cooking. I don't know why that's also coming through. So, okay, interesting. Let's go. Action taker. To carry me forth into the life I want to live, I will focus on my actions. I allow myself to think, to plan, and to pause. However, I will not get stuck in this mindset. To grow and learn, I take external steps to improve my state of being. I feel like it's what we've been talking about. I feel like we said how this is about using your mind, reminding yourself of your mental abilities, that you have the capability to plan, to think, to plan, to pause. You have that inner wisdom, but there's also the advice that's coming through of like taking it a step further. We might be able to mentally, think of these things, but if we don't actually take action, then what's the point of having this knowledge, right? It's like, take this knowledge into action, make sure that it's translating into action. It's like kind of like somebody being all talk, but no action. It's like, okay, you can say this all day long, but until I actually see it, how do I believe it? And that too, where it's coming through as, if you're feeling like you don't have enough, what's the point of sitting there, feeling sorry for yourself, sitting in that scarcity mindset of like, oh, I'm lacking this, I'm lacking that. No, it's about, how do I think, plan, and move forward? How do I decide that I can have what I want? I have the ability to get what I want. I have abundance, Yeah, it really is just like overcoming kind of like that self-pity of like, woe is me, versus actually I have a lot and I can move forward with what I have. I feel like I'm reiterating the message, so we got to move on. But I also want to point out to think, to plan, to pause. And I'm glad that message came out, because this Four of Swords was really kind of getting to me, where I was like, what is this message? But yeah, it's also important to pause. Make sure you're resting. Do not overwork yourself. Don't push yourself to the E. Like, I'm just seeing like the gas is on E here. So it's like, just be a little bit careful when it comes to how much action you might be taking. If you're working out, if you're like, I'm seeing that you could be a little bit focused on your looks as well. Like, the advice is to focus on your external. I feel like the more confidence that you have as well, the easier it's going to be to face these negative critics or people trying to jab at you, because you're going to have almost like this armor of protection where it's like, I know I'm a bad bee. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't need to feed into your want to make me insecure. But yeah, resting is going to be important. Like, you're going to need to be able to fuel all of these actions. Also, it's important because if you're lacking sleep, I think it's going to make you irritable. It's going to actually make you very easy to mess with. It's like, people are going to easily poke your buttons if you didn't get rest, you know, if you didn't get your sleep. So make sure you're prioritizing sleep as well. That's going to be like important for protection. We have these 7 of Pentacles in reverse, which is just so interesting because I always feel like 7 of Pentacles and the Temperance card are very similar because they talk so much about patience. And I just was talking about irritability and how, you know, you're gonna possibly be easier to mess with if you don't get your rest, if you don't, you know, prioritize sleep. And now we have this card that talks about impatience. And so I think that you really want things to happen, like go, 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 but it's like, you have to be logical about it. You have to plan this out. You have to make sure that you're pausing, getting your rest as well to, like I said, to fuel these actions that you want to take. I think a lot of you want to get everything done and go, go, go and push yourself and push yourself. And I think that's really admirable, but just, I think your inner parent kind of needs to step up and be like, all right, it's time to go to bed. Or it's like, we did a lot today. Like, you don't need to do anymore. You just need to like relax. You just need to maybe like put the karaoke machine on and sing. Like it's gonna be important because it's about your patience levels, like your irritability. It's like if you don't kind of soothe yourself, you're gonna be a little scary. You could become a beast. You could become, you know, exactly the person that these negative people like want you to become. So there's a lot of temptation is what I'm getting. There's a lot of temptation to slip into negative reactions and coping mechanisms and just impatience overall. It's gonna be so easy. So it's like the advice here is to really keep your cool, keep it cool, get your rest, stay calm. Let's go to the gym. Let's punch some punching bags, you know? It's like let's sing my heart out. Because of You by Kelly Clarkson, you know what I mean? It's like, let's sing Family Portrait by Pink. It's like, let's scream really angsty songs and just get this out. And it's gonna be an interesting next 2 months for you, Pile 2. I will say that. So bottom of the deck, we have Dreamer. Even during times that discourage me from carrying on, I will continue to follow my dreams. No matter how difficult the road bumps will set me back, I have determined that giving up is not an option. I will never abandon my dreams. Yes, I think it's time to get focused. I think it's time to start planning. There's something here about planning that keeps coming through where it's like, use that advanced evolved brain of yours because you have more than a monkey mind. Use that advanced mind, lizard brain, you know, like it's so easy to slip into those animalistic nature, but I think that we are more advanced, we are more evolved. And so it's like, even though you might be discouraged or tempted, it's like, keep your eye on the prize. Stay focused. Take actions that are going to get you where you want to go. Okay? Bottom of the deck, we have this 9 of Cups. And I really feel, just like Pile 1, it feels like the same message coming through. There's going to be some really sweet moments within the next 2 months. You know, like I think holiday times, bringing people together, spending time with loved ones, just creating memories. I think you're gonna feel emotionally fulfilled at various points of the next 2 months, okay? You're gonna feel really good. It's gonna feel like it's something you wished for. A wish fulfillment here. And the last card that we have is Flow Like Water. So, you know, don't try to force things. Don't try to push things. Keep your patience, flow like water, okay? Like I'm just seeing, like, let's stay cool and collected. Like I'm seeing a jellyfish, you know, like just loosey-goosey. Like, it's like, don't let people get under your skin, okay? They really want to. They really, really want to. So just take even better care of yourself, you know? Really stick it to the man. But flow like water at the same time. I think that a lot of you guys connect with fire more so, but I think with the next 2 months, there's going to be a lot of opportunities to like connect with water, connect with your heart, connect with your emotions. Okay? Because I feel like coming back full circle, coming back to the beginning of the reading, we were talking about that inner child, and I think that there's some inner child healing that needs to be done. You know, I'm feeling a lot of anxiety, a lot of, it's like feelings of unsafety. Like this child still has moments where they don't feel completely safe, and maybe that's where these triggers are coming in. So it's like, I think it's really important to connect with water this next 2 months. Fire and water, you know? So that's what I have for you, pile twos. This was so much fun. You guys went overtime. There was a lot of messages to get out, and I felt like that it was almost like the message itself like wasn't wanting to come through super direct. It's like we had to go through kind of hoops, but I'm glad we got there. I really hope this message resonates. I hope it's helpful to you in some way. If it was, give me a like, comment, subscribe. I would love to hear from you guys. Till next time, love, light, protection, blessings. Bye. Welcome, pile number 3s, my lovely fluorite. Peace and positivity. Okay. Okay. I think this is an interesting pile. Okay, I kept hearing this song Rhiannon by Fleetwood Mac. And there's something here about pile 2 as well. You might have messages in pile 2. This pile is difficult. I don't know. This pile is hard just because I feel a lot of empathy for you. I feel like you have an interesting way of responding to conflict, and like if people start yelling or this or that. For some of you, you might freeze. Like I'm getting kind of like a freeze response here. I don't know. I'm so sorry, pile 3. I feel like if this isn't resonating as well, like if you have a fantastic, wonderful life, I don't know, because I feel like especially with the last 2 months coming up, it's going to be really hard on you. Okay, I see. Okay, so yeah, okay, I get it now. Okay. I think that a lot of you grew up. I think that's what it is. You grew up with a lot of tough situations, a lot of unhealthy examples around you, especially a father figure. Could have been somebody very dominating, controlling, could have been toxic masculine. There could have just been toxic masculine energies within the family as well, where I think in order to exist femininely in this family, you had to exist a specific way, okay? Like, I think that for some of you here, yes, you had to conform to what this, it feels very patriarchal family system expected of a woman, I want to say, but it doesn't have to be. Just if you're feminine, it's like you're not allowed to fight. It's like, I think that's where it kind of comes into, like, if you were presented with conflict, fight or flight, you enter this energy of maybe freezing at times. And I say at times, so it's interesting. Maybe you did fight at times, but it feels like in the past you haven't known how to handle conflict, or you haven't known how to handle maybe just with what you grew up with. But I actually am seeing a lot of healing, okay? So that's really fantastic, where I think you're moving to calmer waters, you're closing out cycles, or at least that's what the advice is to close out this cycle. It can get better. And I think that some of you are already in that energy of like, it's gotten better. And I'm hearing chosen family, like some of you had to release a family system that was just incredibly like conformist. They like forced you to play a role that I think you didn't want to play. It could have even been like a narcissistic family paradigm where it's like you had to play a certain role within this family dynamic, or at least the narcissist assigned you this role, and you didn't like it. I just feel like you did not enjoy what you experienced growing up is really what I'm getting. And I think some of you, maybe if it wasn't family, I really heavily get it was family though, but you could have even experienced bullying, you know, where it's like people just were not kind to you. People were very judgmental of you. People wanted you to conform to one way of existence. And I think it's taken a lot of strength and bravery to kind of want to heal that and get better, and to not, you know, allow these people to tear you down. So the advice is to just keep doing what you're doing. I think that you are focusing on positive affirmations, or you need to be, you know, reminding yourself that you're brave, reminding yourself that you're beautiful, reminding yourself that you are worthy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm struggling with grateful. So maybe some of you are struggling with feeling grateful at this time, where it's like you're not really feeling grateful for what you went through, and that's totally okay. Like, I can validate that, but there's something here about positivity. Yeah, we have positivity, positive affirmation. So I almost said manifestations, and see, that's where it's like, I think it's just so important to kind of be filling your head with more positive thoughts, because I think these negative thoughts really just tear you down, and they're creating negative manifestations into your life. Be still. And I just keep getting that, like a freeze response, where it's like I don't know how to respond. I don't know what to do. This can even be if you struggle with ADHD, where it's like you get procrastination, or it's like paralysis almost, where it's like you know you need to get something done, but it's like you're paralyzed for whatever reason. You can't seem to like get it done. I just feel like pile 3, the advice is like you need to be put into a cloud. Like you need to be put into this cushion, this little cushion of like protection, where it's like everything is sunshine and rainbows, and it's like it doesn't feel super healthy, because it kind of feels a little bit like toxic positivity. But I think you might be somebody who struggles with your inner voice, where it's like I think you can have a very mean inner voice to yourself, maybe to others, I don't know, but you know, it's because of maybe how you were talked to as a child, the things that were said to you. I just feel like it was degrading comments. It could have been about your anger, your attitude. It could have been about trigger warning. Skip ahead 30 seconds, but I really get like body shaming, like comments about, like gaining, losing weight. So it's awful. Like I'm getting that, and that can translate, like I said, into bullies, where you could have been bullied for certain physical aspects as well. And so I feel like because you have been torn down so much, it's so hard for that inner voice to really zoom in to positive thoughts of like, I am worthy, I am, beautiful, I love myself. Like it's hard to kind of also be excited about like your future and be like, I am going to manifest wonderful things into my life. It's like there's almost this sense of, I don't believe it. Like I don't believe that good things are coming into my life. So it's like, even though you might feel like a bit toxic positive, it almost feels necessary to rewiring the brain, because I think that you're really struggling with some negative thoughts, and it doesn't feel like they're your own. That's what makes it really upsetting. It's like, it almost feels like these are thoughts that people put into your head, that other people kind of made you insecure about. And so I just feel like there's a lot of trauma, I think, still stored in the body is what I'm getting. And I think that's why they're calling you to be still. They also are asking that you listen to sound healing. So I can't really suggest, I don't really listen to those kinds of videos on YouTube. It kind of freaks me out. Just because I don't know about subliminals, and I don't know, I'm paranoid. Like I might listen to my own stuff, but yeah. Sound healing. So yeah, I think you need to tune out a bit. Like I'm also seeing stretching in the body. Like stretching, like, you know how they'll say like trauma stored in the hips. So there could be something about like a chiropractor, like be still and allow maybe a professional to assist, in this healing. But sound healing, yeah, that's interesting. Like I just kind of feel like you need to create safety within the body. Like there's something here where it's like you don't feel safe, you don't feel positive, you don't feel like good things are coming. And I do feel like some of you, like I was saying, it's like you're getting out of this and you've been working on this. You're already on the way out. You know, it's like you're already kind of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. 6 of Swords here, moving to calmer waters, the world, an end of a cycle. You know, so it's like I see you closing these things out. This doesn't have to be your future. This doesn't have to be the way you continue forward. This is just kind of reflecting on the past, and that you didn't deserve that. You know, you deserved so much more, and it's time to give yourself more. It's time to remind yourself of your worth. And remind yourself how freaking brave it is to want to change. You know, we are creatures of comfort, and it would be very easy for you, pile 3, to reiterate, or what's the word, to it would be very easy for you to just continue these generational traumas, you know, to pass these things on and to just continue the cycle. It would be very easy to just slip into negativity, and also I'm hearing cruelty, where it's like maybe becoming a bully yourself or becoming cruel yourself. It's like that's not the direction your life has to go. You don't have to become them. You don't have to conform to what they believe is right. What do you think is right? You know, it's time to stop centralizing other people's opinions, other people's projections and negativity. It's time to just sit with you. Some of you need to like learn who you are, like really introduce yourself to yourself, you know, self-discovery. It's time to seek internal validation, because I think some of you still might be a little stuck where it's like, okay, I really want my dad to just tell me he's proud of me, you know. It's like I really want him to stop controlling me, or like to just accept me for who I am. Another trigger warning, you might want to skip ahead. I'm seeing the rainbow coming through. We even had it in the tarot here on the eyelids. Some of you might have a family that does not accept your sexuality. It's like you had to conform to a way of existence. And this family is very controlling of like, that's not okay. And so I think that that's a whole other hurdle that, you know, the next 2 months specifically, I think because you're going to be maybe around family members, it's just very important to kind of put yourself in a bubble, you know. I'm getting Glinda the Good, you know. Put yourself in a bubble, put yourself in a cloud, it's okay to protect yourself at this time, because I'm just getting like positivity bully. Like it's like you need to positivity bully yourself. Like be almost like sick of yourself with how positive that you are, because I feel like this is the way you're affirming to yourself that good things can happen, that you're worthy, you're beautiful, you're brave, you're all these things. You're grateful to be here, right? I can have peace. I have peace in my life, like creating that peace for yourself. It's just so important, because I think these things are going to be tested. They will be tested within the next 2 months. I think you might even be in contact with just these toxic family members, people that have really hurt you. And maybe if you're not even around those people, maybe you're around other family members or friends that keep bringing up the past or bringing up your ABUSC or R, sorry, just you know, it's like people talking about these things, discussing these things. You know, when we get family together, when we get friends and people, everybody mixing together, you never know what's going to be said. You never know what's going to happen. So it's just very important right now to kind of put yourself in this force field of positivity. And it's gonna feel maybe sick or like weird and uncomfortable, but it's like, I think it's really important because you've been fed so much negativity growing up, childhood, bullies. It could have, I'm getting like relationships even. You could have been with somebody that was very degrading and cruel to you. Okay, let's go ahead and read water cycle. I'm really drawn to this one. So, like the earth, I am made of water, flowing through my veins. Just like the rain that falls down only to be carried back up, my body too is a cycle. Every sip revitalizes me and brings me a sense of gratefulness. There's something here about connecting with gratitude. What are you thankful for? And I know that's coming up. We have Thanksgiving, and that's usually the theme of this holiday. I don't personally celebrate, not in the way others might. But yeah, it's like, I'm grateful that I'm here. I'm grateful that I have, like maybe you have really luscious hair, you have gorgeous eyes, you know, maybe you have a talent for playing basketball, or I don't know, you have a big heart, I don't know. So like some of you love animals is what I just heard. So there's just things like getting to smell before the rain. You know how there's that smell before the rain? It's like I'm alive and I get to just experience these things, big or small. Like checking in with gratitude, because I think that, you know, for a long time you had a lot of things to not be grateful for, you know, and it was really easy to slip into that, like, I don't want to be here, maybe even trigger warning. Oh my God, there's so many trigger warnings. I'm gonna have to put a warning on the timestamp here, but you know, it's like reconnecting with positive reasons to wake up every morning. I wake up for my cat, you know, I wake up for my kitties. I'm grateful that I get to experience my life with specific friends and family and animals. I'm grateful that I have myself. You know, I think that that's something, you know, you specifically might need to work on. It's like, I'm grateful for me. I'm grateful that I have my back. I'm grateful that I don't want to repeat this cycle, that I want to cleanse this generational trauma that wants so badly for me to be angry and negative and struggling to be myself. Like it's like I'm seeing somebody being freed, you know, like I'm seeing a horse running, like a wild horse. I'm seeing like a bird releasing from a cage, you know, it's symbolizing freedom to me. And I think for a long time you were very trapped and maybe even frozen into this cycle, and like just you didn't know how to handle it, you didn't know what to do. And I think there's a light now at the end of the tunnel, so it's so beautiful. You are so freaking brave. You know, I don't know how many people believe in this as well, but part of me believes that our souls you know, we come into this life with certain contracts, and we want to experience certain pain or struggles for whatever reason. You know, I don't understand, for whatever reasons we don't understand, but for some of you here, it's like your soul wanted to experience this and maybe wanted to prove to itself it could fight past it, or it could rise above it. I don't know. I don't think that's for everybody, but it's a thought. I think it's a thought here of you breaking free, you breaking out of this cycle. We also have this hidden card, so I'm really curious. It came out, we had an extra card, you got an extra card. 5 of Cups. And that was hidden, right? It's like that wasn't shown to us. It's like the pain. There's still a lot of deep pain. You know, the next 2 months, it might be a reminder of some of the struggles or some of the people that you've had in your life that just set really bad examples for you. There's a mourning. I think that's what it is. Some of you might be mourning this past version of yourself as well, because you're recognizing it can't be the same. I don't want to stay the same. I want to evolve. I want to change. I don't want to feel this way forever. I do deserve joy. I do deserve love. I deserve self-love as well. I think that you've been through so much, Pile 3. I'm so sorry for whatever it is that's created, you know, despair, disappointment, sorrow. It's heavy, you know, it's very heavy. And I am getting with the water cycle and just the teardrop here. It's okay to cry. It is totally okay to cry. It's a release. Think of it as a cleansing, you know? Don't you feel better after you cry? It's like, okay, I need a nap now. I need a glass of water and a nap. You know, it's like I feel better. I feel like you need to release something. There's something within that's just very trapped, and it's like it needs to be freed. It needs to be released. It could be just, you know, working through this pain. It almost feels like working through this pain. Some of you might want to consider like physical therapy, or like I said, go like a what are they called? I just said it earlier. I'm hearing psychiatrist, but that's not the word. It's the people that crack your bones. But yeah, some of you might need therapy. Some of you might need a psychologist, or you might need a therapist. It's okay. Somebody to hear you out and to validate this painful experience, and to also validate your want to change and your need to surround yourself with positivity. Like, I see that as such a beautiful thing personally, is that you deserve to exist almost in a heightened positive expression just because of what you've experienced in the past. Yeah, but I feel like a cycle is gonna come to the close here with the world. And you're gonna realize how many opportunities you have as well. Like, I'm hearing, she's got the whole world, got the whole world. Like, you're gonna feel like once you are really freed from this, because I feel like a lot of you are still in it. It's still so heavy. It's still kind of weighing you down a bit, and you haven't maybe focused on ways to really cleanse or free yourself. I don't know what you need. See, that's where I'm struggling, because it's like a lot of people here are going to need different things for what they experience. Like I said, physical therapy, like just therapy. Some of you need to be a positivity bully to yourself. Some of you need sound healing. Like there's so many different ways to go about this, and it's really just more so about what do you need. You know, it's going to be personalized for each and every one of you, depending on what kind of traumas. Why is this so important within the next 2 months though? I think it's because you're gonna hit a point where you cry, and it might be over this, like a family thing. Yeah, because that's another, like we have the 5 of Cups, we also have the 10 of Swords. So I do kind of feel like people are gonna be this, like, especially if this is family, it's like they're gonna still be the same. I don't see this family wanting to change, or specific. It feels like specific family members. It's not the whole family, you know. It's just like specific people just don't want to change, and it's like they say really cruel things, and I feel like it just hurts. Like it just, there's gonna be a moment, I think, that's gonna pull you into tears, like, and it might be privately, maybe it's after the party, or you know, after everybody goes home on Christmas or Halloween, or whatever, Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, whatever, you know, whatever holidays you guys are celebrating. It's like afterwards it's gonna hit you, and I think you're gonna have a moment where you cry within the next 2 months over, I feel like it's a specific family member that's gonna say things. They're gonna keep, like, they're gonna just keep stabbing the knife in your back, and just like, it almost feels like somebody like airing out your dirty laundry, you know? They're gonna bring up all of your faults. They're gonna bring up your flaws. They're gonna bring up it's just negative. They want to hurt you, and I think it's gonna get to you. And so you might get to this point where it gets to you, and that's like the point where you're like, okay, enough is enough. I need to close this cycle. I refuse to maybe allow this person around you. You might need to set boundaries. Yeah, like, because it really feels like it's repetitive with this 10 of Swords. Like, it just feels like it's repetitive, where this person doesn't know when to stop. This person doesn't have boundaries. And so it's like, I think for some of you here, the advice with the Emperor is to set boundaries yourself. Take control of the situation. Decide what is for you and your life. You're the emperor of your life. This person doesn't own you. This person doesn't control you. And maybe that's where I kept seeing like the breaking free. You might be breaking free from a specific person, and it might be like a family member, so it could be really painful. You know, it could just be one of those experiences that like makes you feel, I'm hearing alone. You know, it's kind of like when your parent falls from grace, and you're just like kind of realize like, damn, I'm in this life alone, and like I have to depend on myself. It's gonna make you feel alone, but it's like you need to also be okay with being alone. And that's where the positivity comes in. It's like, I'm my own best friend. I'm the king around here. I take care of myself. I see the best in myself. I love myself. And like I was saying, some of you have a chosen family, you know, like you have groups of people that really embrace you and love you unconditionally. And I am seeing, okay, well, before we get into that, let's actually read this one. Kindness. When others are callous to me, it says more about them than it does about me. We are all deserving of kindness, and I recognize that this includes myself. So I will be kind to those around me in order to make a more compassionate world. I love this. I love this so much. Like, I feel like because you've experienced cruelty and negativity from others, like, it just has made you become more kind. Like, you know how it feels. Like, you've cried tears. You might even cry within the next 2 months over a specific situation, but I think you're gonna realize, wow, it just says so much about that person. It says so much about them. Even though they're sitting there talking about me and my life, just the fact that they could be so cruel and awful, it just says more about them. It doesn't say really anything about me. I just think it's made you so kind and compassionate, but it's also like Spirit's reminding you that you also deserve that. You deserve the kindness. Like, be kinder to yourself. Be kinder to yourself. Embrace yourself. Accept yourself. Like I was saying, it's like, it's kind of your job, you know? It's like, you, especially when you don't have those support systems, it's like you learn pretty early on, like, I don't have people to do that for me, so I need to do it for myself. But like I was saying, okay, just like we have this 10 of Swords that is just so awful to look at, we also have the 10 of Cups. And so I feel like even though we went through so much in this reading of just discussing the bullshit you have to go through genuinely, I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I really see it. It's filled with so much happiness and emotional satisfaction. I just see a happy family. It's a happy home. And like, I see you creating this for yourself. So it might not be within the next 2 months, but I think this is Spirit guiding you in the right direction. Like, you might get really triggered within the next 2 months, and it's going to remind you to choose yourself. It's going to put you in a position where you have to set boundaries, choose yourself, move to calmer waters in this cycle. Some of you might be cutting somebody off. I really will say that I think some of you might be cutting a father figure or a very masculine, controlling energy. You might be cutting that person off. So I think it's going to really change your world, because you're going to get to suddenly decide what is for you. You're going to suddenly get to decide the people that are for you. And I really feel like you are going to be embraced and accepted and loved, cherished by a chosen family. Like, the people that you choose to allow into your life, the people that show you the kindness that you deserve, the people that show you respect, those are the people that get your time. You are not allowing any more cruelty or disrespect. I feel like you've hit a breaking point, or within the next 2 months you will be. Like I said, some of you might have already gone through all this shit, and it's like, this might be like the first year that you're actually getting to like enjoy your holiday season with your chosen family. But for some of you, it's like this, it's gonna be a breaking point. Like, maybe it's like Thanksgiving is really crappy, you spend it with your family and it's like really awful, or it's like a specific person just makes it really awful. And then maybe for Christmas, it's like you make that decision to not be around that family member, or maybe that part of the family. It sucks, you know, when you have to kind of cut off people just to like not be around a specific person. But you know, that's your own boundaries. Stick to your boundaries. If you don't want to be around someone, you don't have to be. They don't have power control over you. Bye. So I think maybe, you know, like I said, maybe Christmas, you're going to spend it with your chosen family, and it's going to be amazing. And it's going to, you know, it's going to remind you of what love and warmth feels like. And I love it. Peace, you know, peace and positivity. So like, I do see that here too for you. Like, I see happiness. I see joy. And look, okay, we even have, I've been saving it. Before I actually read it, there's also take a walk. So reminder just to get fresh air, take a breath. Don't let these people have power over you. Like, I just feel like there's a specific person that really like maybe they want to see you cry. Maybe they know that you're like easy to mess with, or I don't know. Like I said, there could be messages in pile 2, so. But like I was saying, I saved this for the last message here. We have boundless joy. I haven't actually read it, but just the fact that boundless joy is here, and we have the 10 of Cups, like, there is joy for you. There is happiness. There is emotional fulfillment for you. Do not let people make you think that you don't deserve it or that you can never have it, because you can. So it says, happiness is a wonderful state, but unpleasant emotions are a beautiful scenic path to greater joys soon to come. These ebbs and flows allow me to appreciate the good times. I will remember my joy is abundant and never ending. And that's what I was trying to say earlier, but I did not like how it was coming out, where it was like, your soul like chose this, and I was like, I don't like the way it sounds. It sounds really weird, like, but this, I think this is more so what I was trying to say. I'm like, okay, these unpleasant emotions, you know, these tears that you're gonna shed, it's gonna show you the path to what you actually deserve. You're gonna like see these tears and be like, what the fuck? Like I don't deserve this, you know? And it's also going to make you just so appreciative, so grateful of the good times, the blessings that you do have, the people that do embrace you. It's going to make you be able to recognize the good and the bad, right? Because you definitely have seen the bad. So it's like, you know when it's good. But joy is still here, okay? It's abundant. It's never ending. And I see you creating these things for yourself, and it's just so brave and lovely. So I'm sending you so much love, pile 3. Thank you for being here. I really hoped this resonated. I hope it was helpful to you. If it was, give me a like, comment, subscribe. I would love to hear from you guys. Until next time, love, light, protection, blessings. Bye. Too many. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord. Okay. What is up, pile number 4? Welcome to the bonus pile. So this is like the fun after party. We're not taking ourselves too serious. It's also going to be shorter, sweeter. It's also messages I take for myself. So this is my pile. Welcome. So we both chose this. Look at us. Look. Oh, look. I'm a Pisces. We got the Pisces here. Oh my god, I was so excited because we got this card, Flow Like Water. We also got bottom of the deck, the Four of Swords, and both of those cards came up in pile number 2. And it's so funny because whenever I shuffled the cards for pile 2, I was like, I think this is my pile. Like, I was like, okay, because not all the time do I take messages from the other piles. Most of the time I'll just wait for pile 4 and see what comes out. But I also find it funny that pile 2 is the only other purple card. Excuse me. Oh man, I never sneeze in my readings. That's interesting. So yeah, pile 2. So pile 2 is the only other purple card. So I feel like, you know, you could have messages in pile 2. You could be coming from pile 2. But welcome. Let's connect. Let's see what's going on. What's some advice for the next 2 months? Intuition and healing. Okay, so we got some healing energy. We got Pisces energy as well, very spiritual. So the advice is to stay connected with your intuition. Make sure that you're stretching it just like a muscle. I do believe it's one of those things that it gets easier with time. The more you just trust your intuition, everything falls into place. So I feel like that's kind of like the advice is like, trust your intuition. Everything's falling into place. Flow like water. You know, that's really giving me the energy of surrender. Just surrender, go with the flow. I feel like they don't really want to give you too much here to work with. They just kind of want to plant a few seeds. Like the next 2 months I talked about in pile 1, where it's like, it's going to be busy. It's going to be fast moving, you know, holiday season, end of the year. It always goes by so quickly, right? So I feel like Spirit's not really wanting to bombard you with like, do this, do that, blah, blah, blah. Like, whatever, right? It's like, no, just go with the flow. Like, just relax a bit. I think you're gonna have a lot of ideas. I feel like you need to use these next 2 months to gather a lot of ideas, creative ideas. What are you wanting to create? I feel like with the Pisces energy, you could be very creative. So there could be things, creative projects that you're really wanting to pour yourself into. But I don't know how far you're going to get within the next 2 months, right? Okay, so it's like, it feels like it's just the beginning because we have this Ace of Wands. So it just feels like it's a spark. Okay, it's a spark. It's just the beginning. You're not really super developed into the plan stages, but I think the advice right now is, like I said, they're not wanting to put pressure on you for some reason. They're really wanting me to be like soft, and I find that interesting. But yeah, like they're wanting you to be chill, like be chill. I'm just seeing like write out your ideas. You know, some of you might want to like write music or poetry or whatever. It feels very creative. It feels creative. Some of it might even be painting here. Put some ideas. It could even go with fashion or cosplay or whatever this creativity is. Like, it's just, whew. Keep it on the back burner. Like, it doesn't feel like it's on the back burner, but it's like, it doesn't need to be the main focus because I think there's other things going on. I feel like you're going to have other responsibilities going on, but it's like, it's time to start thinking about it. It's time to start writing these things down. It's time to bring these ideas into reality. Okay. It's like they were just ideas in your head. Well, now they're on a piece of paper. You know, it's like, let's keep going to the next step. First step of manifestation, write it down. Write it down. We have Page of Cups here. The advice is to be silly, be sweet. I don't know, there's something here about just like being a sweetie pie, but like it's also coming through as like silly. like, be lighthearted. That's what it is. Like, they really want you to just surrender, be lighthearted, go with the flow. I think also being in this playful, lighthearted energy, it's really going to be helpful to bring up more of these ideas, you know, these ideas that are coming to you. I think it's because of the energy that you're going to be in. You're going to be in this like lighthearted, flowy energy. It also feels childlike a little bit, like like silly, like a little immature, a little childlike, okay? And it's not coming through as a bad thing. It's just it's coming through as advice. Like, the advice is to be more silly, is to be a little bit more relaxed as well. So I started reading this, so let's go ahead and jump in. Endless possibilities. The possibilities of my life are endless, and this thought invigorates me, though we ceaselessly plan ahead. Anything and everything good could happen tomorrow. I can choose any path I want to be able to achieve my dreams. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, just the thought of the possibilities right now, I think, are really stirring up motivation. It's like you're feeling very inspired. I just see somebody very inspired, full of ideas. And it's like, even if you were to kind of just plan, life doesn't always go to plan. So there's also this energy of going with the flow. It's like, yes, something might not have worked out maybe in a time frame or in a specific way that you expect it to happen, but it's because it's going to be happening naturally in a very heart-centered way as well, with this Page of Cups, you know, centering your emotions, centering your heart. It's like, it just feels like it's being done in this way that, like, it's your choice. Like, it's like, and it says, I can choose any path I want to be able to achieve my dreams. Like, this is, it might not be the way that you thought it would be, but it's like, this is the way I want it to be. This is the way it is as well. Levels of acceptance, right? And just like hope. It feels like hope, you know? Anything and everything good could happen tomorrow. And there are times, I feel like, in readings where I'm like, I really want to tell you, go for it, go, go, go. This is the time for action, right? And I think pile 2 actually had, didn't they pull the action taker? That's funny. Or it might have been pile 1. Okay, see, I always mix up the freaking pile. It's fine. It's fine. But I just really feel like Spirit's like wanting you to collect your thoughts first. There's something about organization, ideas, making sure all of these things are kind of in order, and then you can kind of proceed. And it's like, don't fight the process, you know, surrender to this process. We also have my success. So I define my own success in life. Some people want money, others want happiness. My definition of success is what I intentionally choose. What I just was trying to say is like, this is your choice, because this is like, you're surrendering, you're listening to your intuition. I feel like there's levels of healing going on. You're listening to your inspired thoughts. You're doing it from a heart-centered place. Like, this is the way. Like I said, it might not be the way you expected it, but it's like a choice. It's like you've chosen this path, and this is going to be the path to your dreams. So it says, I will roll up my sleeves and ponder what success means to me, then work hard to reach those goals. Yes. It's like you're doing it your way. This is my success. This is how I define success. This is the way I believe the process should exist. It shouldn't be full of pressure and like I'm hearing strict. Like there's almost like levels of like discipline here that I feel like you're wanting to avoid, which is fine. But it's almost like this is just the first part of the process. So this is the beginning stages of the process, right? So it's like you're actually disciplined because you understand that this is just the beginning. You understand that we have to organize and get everything together first before we take action. So it's almost like, in a weird way, it is disciplined, but it just might not look like it is from the outside, right? This is the way that you do things. This is the way you define success as well, is like, I want to create from a space of authentic creativity, authentic heart, and from a space that is not pressured to be a certain way. You know, it's giving me like music labels. You know, a music label comes to you and they say, this is what we want. This is your persona. This is who you are to the public. This is who you have to be forever. You know, this is what sells. Like, I feel like you've almost taken that outside of the equation of like, I don't care what sells. I just care about creating from a healthy space. So I'm being told we need to reveal these cards and then we can look at the bottom of the decks. All right. I'm really drawn to this, so let's do it. The Lovers. Interesting. Very interesting. So the advice for the next 2 months. Yeah, I feel like you're finding a sense of balance and harmony from doing what you love. From creating from this space of love. There's also something here about equal parts, okay? Because bottom of the deck, I just said we'll wait to get into it, but we have this equal parts. I don't want to read it quite yet. I feel like we need to wait for some reason, but some of you might even have a connection that is inspiring you. And it might just be in the developing stages. It might just be the beginning. But this is somebody who sparks your creativity, sparks your fire. This is somebody who motivates you, who makes you want to create. This is somebody who also, I think, brings out an authentic version of you, like this very, like, maybe even somebody childlike, right? Somebody playful. They bring out this side of you that is like so heart-centered and almost innocent, you know? So I don't know what this is, where it's like you feel safe enough to kind of exist with your inner child very openly. Like, this person could be bringing out your inner child. This person is sparking also like a sexual energy. So I think that's also inspiring you. Like, there's just so much inspiration, and it's coming from somebody who is equal. Like, there's something here about equal parts. So, and the Lovers is very much like we're hand in hand. We're almost like mirrors to each other. We're like creating this harmony and balance between the two of us. So yeah, that's really interesting. What? Are you gonna get booed up by the end of this year? We shall see. But for others of you, like I was kind of starting this off where it's like I didn't want to go that route. I really didn't. When the Ace of Wands came out, I was like, oh, please don't tell me this is about like sex. You know, like I was like, oh my God, okay, we get it. This bitch is horny. Like, but it's actually like it, you know, I'm trying so hard to focus like, okay, this is inspiration. This is a spark. But then it's like we have this Lovers here, and it's like the synergy. Something about the synergy. It's like you bring out these versions of each other that I think are very authentic and very sweet and inspired and connected to your inner child. So very balanced. Like, damn, this is somebody who brings out the best in you. That's crazy. But it could be yourself. Like, maybe like finding balance within, you know, surrendering, not going against the flow. Inner balance. Think what resonates, you know, if it happens, it happens, right? And that's exactly the message too. Flow like water. If it happens, it happens. Look to the stars. Interesting. It could be important to connect with astrology at this time. Maybe looking into your horoscopes if you're into that kind of stuff. There's also always phases of the moon changing constantly. So some of you, the next 2 months, the advice is to follow along, to manifest accordingly to the moon cycles, to maybe just astrological placements that are going on that you can emphasize within your life, or, you know, like it's like you're going with the flow. So it's almost like, okay, we just entered this moon in blah blah blah, right? In Taurus or whatever it might be. We just entered this moon cycle, so how can I flow with the energies that are already present? So very much connecting with the astrologic. Yeah, I feel like I don't really need to get into that more. So I mean, yeah, and we also have soak in a bath. So yeah, it's like maybe listen to some kind of horoscope podcast and soak in a bath, you know what I mean? Like, just take good care of yourself as well. Like, I feel like you're doing okay already. Like, I don't know, I don't see, I'm like, where's the negative messages? The negative messages might be that you're tired, okay? Like, this card is so funny to me. Spirit always speaks to me directly with the Four of Swords, is how I feel. It's like this card always comes out when I pull for myself, and it's always the universe like, go to sleep, bitch. I think I'm funny. I'm sorry, guys. But I'm like, this card, like, it's almost like hysterical how many times this card has come out for me. Like, almost every single reading I've ever done for myself on off camera, I swear to God, this card is just, whew, always there. And that's why pile 2, when it came out for pile 2, I was like side eye. I was like, is this my pile, Spirit? Okay. So if you're wanting to kind of see maybe more of the turbulent stages, maybe there's messages in pile 2, because pile 2 is definitely, there was some turbulence coming in the next 2 months. But yeah, it might just be your biggest obstacle here is just like keeping your energy levels on point, making sure you're getting rest, making sure that you are giving yourself some peace. You know, it's like you might have a lot of ideas, you might have a lot of things going on mentally, you might have a lot of things to do as well with the holiday season, but it's going to be so important to prioritize rest. Always. Soak in a bath, relax, you know, just take it easy. Like, I was really getting like a hippy dippy like flow with water, like woo, like kind of energy with this pile. So just take it easy. Don't be pushing yourself. And like I said, there's something here about like you're opening doors, you know, you're preparing right now. There's something about this is the beginning stages, and anything and everything good could happen tomorrow. You know, it's almost like you're preparing for tomorrow is what I'm really getting. And so it's like, it's important to kind of rest up right now, to do things behind the scenes that are going to eventually lead into action. Okay? So let's read this. This is going to be the final message for you, pile 4. It says equal parts. Water seeks its own level. Therefore, I attract those who can meet me where I am on my journey. My interpersonal relationships are mirrors into my own self. So I strive to put my best self into the universe so that I shall find others who seek growth. Yeah, I feel like you're putting your best foot forward. Like you are putting your best self out there. Like you're coming from a place, I really just feel so heart-centered. And with this Lovers, you're coming from a place of like balance as well. So it's just showing like you're really striving for your best self. And I think because you're putting that energy out there, you're going to manifest people that are on that same wavelength, that are on that same journey, that same pathway. You know what I mean? It's interesting because I actually have homework from my therapist where she's like really wanting me to work on networking, or like not even, she didn't say that word for sure, but like I want to be around more musically inclined people. I think that would be very helpful for me, inspiring for me, motivating. So she's like giving me homework to go to like music clubs and go to like this and that, like really put myself out there. And so I just find that interesting. It's like if I put my best foot forward, I'm sure to find others that have that same energy, that want the same things. We're on the same path. My interpersonal relationships are mirrors into my own self. That's so deep. Yeah, so it's like if you put your best self out there, you're gonna find people that mirror back that same energy. Equal parts. Yeah, I just feel like some of you are coming into a relationship though that is inspiring you, and maybe it's just platonic. Maybe it's like I said, meeting more musically inclined people, more like-minded people that are on that same wavelength, that are balanced, just as I am. So it doesn't have to be romantic, but I am getting a little bit of like with the Ace of Wands and the Lovers together. And I was actually gonna say a spark. I usually see the Ace of Wands like a lighter. Okay, like you're sparking a lighter. It's just the A's, we're just getting started. And so when this came out, the little flame here in the Lovers card just confirmed to me like a match, and that's interesting, like a match, like this person is your match. And it's also about like putting your best self out there, and that's what you will receive. You get what you give. Kind of want to pull one more. I don't know why, because I'm spoiling us. Let's do one more. Release. Interesting. I release all jealousy that my body is holding on to. Instead, I extend a feeling of joy and compassion for others that succeed around me. This frees my mind and body to focus on the good entering my life. For some of you, it could be hard, like because you're in a beginning stages, you could be comparing yourself to people that are further along, people that are deeper into the path that you want to go down. But like I said, I feel like this is not the time for action. This is a time for planning, behind the scenes, building things up, putting things together. And it's like, if you're so focused on comparison and jealousy and like, you're not going to be able to make space for your own creativity, your own ideas, your own heart. Like it's going to free your mind and body to focus on the good that's entering. So it's like make room for joy, compassion for others. This is also like coming through with the success, defining your own success. Just because other people have success, it doesn't mean that you can't also have your own definition of success. I'm hearing that I love this song Get Well Soon by Ariana Grande, and she says that line, there's so much room at the top. I love that line. There's so much room at the top. There's no need to fight for that spot. because there's so much room for all of us. There's a place for all of us. We just have to kind of make space, right? Bottom of the deck, my critic. I am my own critic. Though this is not innately a bad thing, I will strive to be kinder to myself and graciously accept my own constructive feedback. This will allow continued growth in all aspects of my life. And yeah, it's like, I think you're going to be making some executive decisions as well, like being harder on yourself about like the realities of what it's going to take for you to manifest these ideas. I think that's why you're in this kind of like ideas planning stage, beginning stages, because you know it takes a lot more work than that. And it's like, it's okay to be critical of yourself at times, not when it's over the top, it's too much and you're just like beating yourself up and you're not getting anywhere. That's one thing. But I think if you're in a healthy way, you know, your ego is trying to protect you at certain points, your critic is trying to protect you at certain points, right? You can allow it. You can appreciate the feedback. It's just like that one recent Ariana Grande interview where she's talking about when you approach these demons or these negative thoughts with so much love and compassion, like, thank you for, you know, being there. Sorry, I just saw my neighbor like lift up her shirt and like scratch her belly. Just totally took me out. Okay, just I love that this happened in pile 4 too, because she's like, because I can tell you guys, I can actually tell you guys, instead, like the other piles I would have felt bad about like not being professional, but like this person's literally smoking a cigarette and just like full bellied out. Okay, as I was saying. And see, that's where that Page of Cups, like, it's okay to be silly. It's okay to have some fun. It's okay to not be super hard on yourself right now. But I do feel like it is necessary to some degree to kind of give yourself constructive feedback. Accept your constructive feedback, but do it in a loving way. It's like, you don't have to negatively talk to yourself. You know, you don't have to like bully yourself into creating. Like, that's not going to create something that you want to create. But if you do it more so from a place of constructive, growth minded, you know, yeah, like there's constructive criticism and there's just criticism. All right, I am gonna leave it at that. So I'm still laughing. I'm still laughing at the belly. Full belly. You know what? But we should be able to exist in a world where we can just scratch our bellies peacefully. And so I'm sorry that I was being immature about it. You hear me shuffling. I'm going to pull you one last card. It's from my Alice in Wonderland deck here. Not this pile being as long as the other piles now. It was supposed to be shorter. We're having some fun. Okay, let's see. The last message for my lovely pile 4 collectives. Do we get 2? Spirit's so greedy sometimes. Okay. I wonder what will happen next. Exactly. Oh my goodness, the message on this card. Okay. Okay. It says, I wonder what will happen next. Ready to adventure. Precipice of change. Pause before action. Bitch, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? This is a pause before action. Like, there's no need to go so hardcore this last 2 months of the year. Like, there's no need. Just plan. It's time to plan. Okay, you're at that precipice. Things will change. It's just, you have to kind of get some, I'm seeing like the mind churning. Like, you have to get these ideas in motion. Okay. I think you're ready. Like, you're ready to adventure. I think you're excited for the future. I think that you are just really looking ahead positively. So it's like, use that energy momentum to organize and put these ideas down, you know, get these ideas down and out and organize so that they can become this action. That's so cool. Sorry. It was so cool. Precipice of change. Pause before action. That's so accurate. And we also have set your course. Know where you wish to go. Have a plan. The right direction. This is insane. It's actually silly. Yes, like you're setting your course. The next 2 months, the advice is to set your course. Pause before action. You know where you want to go. So let's create a plan. What is the direction we're going in with this? Let's create movement. Let's create action, okay? I feel like by the time the next year rolls around, you're gonna feel ready. Like there's a level of feeling ready to take action and to go for it. But it's like right now is not exactly the time. It's just more so about getting really excited about the possibilities. Possibilities are endless here. We also have messages for a rabbit. Service to the animal world is at the bottom. And I kept noticing the cat. There, you know, we got the cat, bunny. Oh, we also have 2 cats. That's interesting. Because I have 3 cats. One is technically my roommate's, but he's still mine. That's my baby. That's absolutely my child. Yeah, so that's so cute. But yeah, so it's like maybe the next 2 months, there's something about maybe doing something special for your animals. Yeah, I could see that. It's like Christmas for your pets. You know what I mean? Like doing something special. You know, it's like, especially like Thanksgiving, like if you celebrate, maybe making a special dish just for your pets or something. Because it's a service, you know, service to the animal world. I also feel very connected to Bost. And I feel like Bost is very grateful for me being a cat person. I love her. I'm very grateful. So maybe like an altar or shrine to Bost for the holiday season. This advice is funny. Okay. Some of you might want to get a rabbit. That would be so fun. I don't know if how my cats would feel. They would grow to love it, but they would definitely be like, what the? But I associate rabbits with Ostara. Okay, springtime. So maybe in the springtime, I really think things are going to be blossoming. Like this really feels like maybe like a rabbit or bears, you know, it's like hibernation. It's like time to kind of go in the cave and like get everything ready and go, and then in the springtime it's like emerge. And I associate rabbits with luck as well. Okay, so we have luck, and then the cats I represent independence most of the time for me. So yeah, luck and independence, not a bad combo, right? I'm gonna go ahead and leave it at that. This was a lot of fun. Thank you so much if you stayed all the way till the end. I love you guys so much. Seriously, it means a lot just to have you guys. Like I got to tell I was talking to my therapist just about like success, you know, and like defining my own success. So it's funny that this came through because I was just talking to her about that and about how it means a lot that I'm not fearful to upload. Like I know that you guys have my back. Like I know that when I upload, I'm gonna get a decent amount of views, you know, and it means a lot just to have you guys here and just to know that you guys are listening, supporting, and you know, based on analytics and from what I've heard from a lot of other YouTubers as well, is that a lot of people that watch videos aren't always subscribed too. So I strongly recommend subscribing. I would love to have you guys here for the long haul. You know, I don't think I'm going anywhere. I really love what I do. So Thank you for being here. I can't wait to spin up some ideas as well for the channel, because I have been wanting to mix things up for quite a while. Just try some new things. You know, I love my pick-a-piles. This is my bread and butter, but I think it might be time to kind of grow and spark some new ideas for the channel. So if you have some ideas, I would love to hear it from you guys. What do you guys want to see? You know, what do you guys want me to do? Do you guys want me to do like an intro as well of like who I am as a person? Do you guys want to see my face? Like, what do you want? Like, do you want me to go on lives, sell readings on lives? Tell me what you want. I would love to hear from you guys. But yeah, thanks for being here. Seriously. And if you resonated, y'all know what to do. Please give me a like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, love, light, protection, blessings. Bye.